Black fatigue. This video might make you uncomfortable, but it needs to be made. There's a growing sentiment, most recently, of individuals who are proclaiming they do have black fatigue. And you don't have to be a non-black person to have black fatigue. What does that phrase actually mean? Essentially, black fatigue is a growing weariness of the actions of the quote unquote black community. But it goes deeper than that because we are in 2025 now and we are being judged based on the content of our character.
Yes, I thought by now this would stop, but every single day it continued to escalate. Different things are coming out now. Black fatigue. I've seen this trending on social media. This is coming as a result of what we recently witnessed. Carmelo situation and this lady calling this kid, you know, have been doing videos about this. I've seen a lot of black people coming out to actually put out informations about this whole situation. There are two videos I'm about to show you. Very important. First, take a look at this lady.
Who called a 5-year-old a racial slur. My first impression after watching the video, a little bit of white trash. I have to be honest, the kid was 5. I have worked with 5-year-olds for the last 15 years. Absolutely everything they do is out of pocket. They're like little unhinged drunk people. Nothing they do makes sense. A 5-year-old is capable of rifling through somebody's bag and taking things that don't belong to them. Ask any kindergarten teacher. But I realize why so many people are wanting to defend this. Because black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there. We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior, entitlement, the victimhood, that they want to praise this woman. But what she did is not praiseworthy. But also on the same hand, please remember that every day that us white people get on this app, we get called racial slurs every single day. So if you don't want to be called a racial slur, you also have to stop calling people racial slurs. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. But for the love of God, please leave the children out of it. Adults are stupid. They're going to do stupid things. But you're a different level of stupid when you bring kids into it. Thanks for coming to my TED.
Yes, basically, what this lady is struggling to tell us is that two things can be true at the same time. I have been saying this. White people are waking up, they are getting tired. That is the whole premise of this black fatigue. We should stop playing the race card when something happens. We should be responsible. We should take up drastic decisions when we do something and acknowledge it. If we start by doing this, I think it's a good start. A lot of people will never do that. I understand. When they have done something wrong, immediately they play the card, and a lot of people come in, they start supporting. That is how the whole situation changed. It has been happening for a very long time.
Black fatigue is a thing. Newsflash. White people don't want to live around ratchet black people. And black people don't want to live around ratchet black people. I mean, it's nothing like going to the Walmart on a Sunday morning and then you see the bonnet crew walk in. Loud, obnoxious, the kids are everywhere, in every aisle, unattended. And that's anywhere you go. No matter what. They're highly emotional, highly sensitive. You can't say nothing. You can't even smile and hold the door for them because they'll look at you like you're crazy. And always the victim of something. Either you stepped on a shoe, you looked at them wrong, you told them good morning. They're never happy, they're never satisfied. And you wonder why normal, good black people move out of the hood as soon as they start getting successful. I was one of those black people that said, man, if I made some money, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna buy up this, buy up that. I'm gonna support the community. As soon as I got my money, I got out of there. Because they don't know how to appreciate good shit. And my suburban kids don't need to be dealing with that bullshit. Crab in a barrel mentality. Never take accountability for nothing. So yeah, black fatigue is a thing. And I'll tell you, a lot of people are tired. They're tired of dealing with these kind of people on a daily basis. I mean, I get anxiety when I walk inside of a mall nowadays. I mean, because you got these YNs running around and they don't respect nothing. So I don't care what anybody says. White America is tired of you, and we are too.
Black fatigue. This video might make you uncomfortable, but it needs to be made. There's a growing sentiment, most recently, of individuals who are proclaiming they do have black fatigue. And you don't have to be a non-black person to have black fatigue. What does that phrase actually mean? Essentially, black fatigue is a growing weariness of the actions of the quote unquote black community. But it goes deeper than that, because we are in 2025 now, and we are being judged based on the content of our character and not the color of our skin. But the interesting part is the lie that's been sold to the black community in particular is that the color of our skin dictates the content of our character. That's why in the black community, sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, you are acting white, when they're talking to someone like myself who doesn't act the way most people would expect a conventional black person to act. In their minds, there is a correct way to act black. And the people in your ethnic group who fulfill those very negative stereotypes, those are the ones who are going to essentially drag down the collective whole. And that's why there's individuals who are black who do and can have black fatigue, because they see how damaging it is to see the worst of us attract all this negative attention that then unfortunately gets ascribed to the entire race all too often. But what's unfortunate is here in 2025, now we have to contend with the fact that there's people who are so sick and tired of seeing those negative aspects, those negative individuals in the black community attracting all this attention. That's what is spurring this black fatigue. I think it's something that needs to be talked about. And until we turn inward and address the issues in our own communities, I fear that this is only going to continue and get worse. And that's exactly what the powers that be want. They want to have us against each other instead of us against those who are really pulling the strings in the background.
Black fatigue is real. Everybody is tired of black people, but it's two specific types of black people that everyone is tired of. Number one, everybody is tired of loud, ghetto, and ratchet, and mean, and angry all the time. Everybody is tired of them. Nobody wants to deal with them. Even other black people do not want to deal with these people. You know when you see them in public, you know when they're gonna give you attitude at the CVS. Everybody knows it and they want to avoid it. The second group of black people that everybody is tired of is this sort of like fake black bougie intelligentsia who kind of like walks around telling everybody how they're supposed to think or speak or act when it comes to anything black. These are the most privileged black people in the world. These people have built enormous platforms and have so much money, and yet they are still perpetual victims all the time. And all they ever do is lecture white people about how to talk to or about black people, and then they lecture other black people if they don't talk or think or speak in ways in which they approve. Black fatigue is real. Everybody is so tired of both of these groups of black people that they don't know what to do. So yeah, black fatigue is real, and I got it.
But it's a pandering to black dandyism and the culture of black fashion, starting back with certain slaves all the way up to modern day. Anna Wintour So White.
Yes, I decided to play this video so you can see the mindset toward this whole situation. Everybody is speaking out. This came as a result of this Karmelo situation. Yeah, we saw everything. It is still going on. Black people are coming out to support a wrong thing. Some playing the victim card. That has always been a thing. This lady situation. So people now coming out realizing like this has been happening for a very long time. We need to get out of this. We are tired. It's a big problem. And I appreciate people that are standing up, struggling to make the world a better place. You cannot do that by just sitting. You need to speak up. I understand it's easy to cancel people. When you do videos like this, the next thing they call you, you will say out. That has always been a thing with these people. I will tell you the truth. On this platform, people that support me every single day are not even of my skin color. Yes. And I appreciate them for doing that. Reason, because realized what has been going on for a very long time, I tilted away. I took my own path, just struggling to react, share some videos, things happening in around here. Thank you guys for always been there sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. I don't want to make the video long. I will end here.
Whitlock said, "You will never convince me that the people who tip $4 and $5 on a restaurant tab that's $200 and $300 gave $500,000 to Karmelo Anthony. I was born at night, but not last night."
I spoke with the father of Austin Metcalf, Jeff Metcalf, and while he didn't want to do an on-camera interview to rebut these claims, he did tell me in writing, the truth will come out, justice will prevail.
It also shouldn't be racial.
Require Karmelo to run. He had a right to stand and defend himself. And I'm going to say that if I am Karmelo Anthony's lawyer, I am arguing to the jury. My client felt that his safety was an imminent threat.
He took it from 0 to 100.
Has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification.
This is not going to end. Right is right and wrong is wrong. All good.
If you see any clips after this, that is just for the YouTube algorithm.
What if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense. Because kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you look at the facts of the case and compare the two. You have to compare who was the initial aggressor.
Bedroom, because she's fearful of what might happen to her.
Followers for anything, and then the
Registration Act is
talking about this man kill.
My summary of the first 100 days is that
if film and TV productions continue to
first term, and you will be very.
Once again, the field was littered with Kardashian swoop. Just invite them all, which is what Anna Wintour does every year. This Karmelo Anthony case, Michelle Obama, every day
to live in the White House. Many people.
Another sort of forward-looking issue.